Hey everybody, Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, grabbing the Top Dog achievement. This is to find all 99 Dalmatian puppies. The Dalmatian puppies are going to appear in chests. They're going to appear in sets of 3, so doing the math, there should be a total of 33 chests you need to find. First one can be found once you get to Wonderland. Make sure you head into the Lotus Garden, head to the back, and then jump on this mushroom. Take the left path, and then jump up here. Big jump across this gap, and then make sure you take one more big jump all the way over here. You should see a chest in this corner. Make sure you open it up, and you should get your first set of puppies, 16 through 18. After grabbing that one, we're going to continue on with the story until you get past the boss fight against the queen and her court of card soldiers. Head back into the forest. This flower is going to shoot out this rock, and then what you want to do, once the cutscene is over, head over to this flower. Make sure you give it a potion in order to grow bigger in size. So just make sure you go to your inventory, potion, and then use it on the flower. Once you grow, make sure you head on over here. You want to make sure you push the rock into the water. That should get these two lotus pads up, giving you some platforms to jump into this corner of the forest. Then what you want to do is you want to make sure you shrink back down in size. So make sure you hit the tree, and then make sure you take the acorn down. Reset the tree for later because we will need it back in its normal position. Take a bite out of the acorn to shrink back down, and then once we have the lotus pads to our liking, we can take them into this area. Make sure you take the exit. It's going to take you back to the Queen's Castle. However, it's going to put you on top of the hedge, and then on said hedge is going to be a chest with the puppies inside. These are going to be 13 through 15. After that, we are going to continue on with the story until it takes us to the Olympus Coliseum. There are going to be 2 sets of blue trinities, one next to each statue. The one on the right is going to have a set of puppies as your prize, so make sure you get that. Of course, this is also going to be part of the Trinities achievement, so this one's going to count for 2 types of collectibles. So make sure you open up your chest, and then this set is going to cover puppies 22 through 24. Moving forward with the story is going to take us to the Deep Jungle chapter. Once you head into the campsite, make sure you backtrack to the Hippos Lagoon area. You're going to want to make your way across the hippos, jump across to this one. This one's going to be pretty easy. Then make sure you jump onto this little peninsula. Then you are going to have to wait until this hippo emerges from the water. Then you want to try to jump on its back. If you miss, you can wait for it to submerge, and then you can just stand on top of it, and then you should have enough clearance to jump onto this peninsula. Jump onto this hippo's back, and then once more to get to the backside of the area, and then you can find Dalmatians 25 through 27 in this chest. Climb up this vine, and you should be in the area called Vines 2. What you have to do is you have to make sure you swing across. You can see a chest in the background there. Your goal is to make it to that specific location. So try to swing across. Be very careful not to fall down. If you fall down, you will end back in the Hippo's Lagoon and have to climb your way up, which is a little annoying, but it shouldn't be too difficult to get over here. Once you're over here, just jump across the treetops, and then once you land here, you can grab the next set of puppies out of this chest, puppies 28 through 30. Then we're going to head back to camp, and then continuing on the story, once you enter the tent, you should be reunited with Donald and Goofy. This is going to allow you to activate the Blue Trinity that's going to be over here in this corner. Make sure you do so. Again, this is also going to be part of the Trinities achievement, so another thing that's going to count for 2 collectible types. Opening up the chest is going to grab us puppies 34 through 36. Keep playing until you get to the end of the Deep Jungle chapter. You are going to head to this place called the Waterfall Cavern. Once in here, you are supposed to climb up the backside of the waterfall, and then eventually you should end up across a slew of treasure chests along the way. After this little wall shimmy, you should see your first one, and in here is going to be another set of puppies. Make sure you open up this one. This one is going to have 31 through 33. Now, once you have sealed the keyholes from both Wonderland and Deep Jungle and have learned the Thunder Spell from Olympus Coliseum, you want to make sure you head back to Wonderland. Make sure you make a stop over by the Queen's Castle save point, and then what you want to do is you want to head back into the Lotus Forest. Once we are here, we are going to head all the way to the back where that mushroom we jumped on was earlier. We are going to take that same path up, so make sure you take the left path, and then keep heading up. You want to make sure you jump across here. Make sure the tree is in this position, so if it's not, make sure you reset it, and then jump up here. One more big jump to get on this tree branch, and then head into this exit, which is going to take us into the bazaar room. If you enter this room after sealing the Wonderland keyhole and coming back, you should notice that the room now has these two torches you can light. Make sure you light them, and then that is going to basically change this blank canvas into a painting. Make sure you hop through the painting once all of the heartless are cleared out of the room, and this is going to take us back into a separate partition of the Lotus Forest. Once we are over here, you're going to need to use the Thunder spell on this set of flowers right here. So use Thunder on it, and then it should spawn this chest. Inside is going to be puppies 58 through 60. Once we have all that done, we are going to head back to Traverse Town for our second Traverse Town visit. This is, of course, after sealing both keyholes in Wonderland and Deep Jungle and getting Thunder from the Olympus Coliseum. After clearing the Deep Jungle chapter, you should have unlocked the ability to use the Red Trinity. Make sure you head into this little alleyway to the left of the accessory shop. Use the Red Trinity to break open this shortcut into the actual alleyway, and then behind these boxes are going to be puppies 4 through 6. Unfortunately, you can't use this shortcut until you learn high jump, so we are just going to leave. We are going to have to wrap around and then head through to the alley going the other way. So jump on the dumpster and then jump up here and then just take the normal exit to the second district. Then jump down using this corner and then take the door to get to the alleyway. And then you are going to have to follow this until you get to the end. You will notice that there's going to be a grate right here with another Red Trinity mark. Use the Red Trinity in order to open up the secret waterway. This is, of course, part of the story. You are going to have to go in here to talk to Leon to get your story assignment for the second Traverse Town visit. Aside from the story requirement, which is to talk to Leon, you will also notice that in the secret waterway is going to be another path to get up to the mystical house. And then in that path, which is going to be the staircase, at the bottom of the stairs is going to be this chest, and inside said chest is going to be puppies 10 through 12. Skipping way ahead until we get to the Agrabah chapter, this set of puppies is going to be right here in the treasure room. You are going to want to jump on this fireplace, and then you can jump across onto this stack of treasure, then jump across on to these ledges right here, and then inside this small chest is going to be puppy set 37 through 39. Once you have sealed the keyhole in Agrabah, you should have unlocked the Green Trinity. Head back to Traverse Town and then head into the accessory shop. You are supposed to use the Green Trinity to get the entrance to the Synthesis shop open. So make sure you go over to the front of the jewelry case right here and then use the Trinity on the Trinity mark. And that should pull the ladder down, which will give us access to the Synthesis shop, which has its own slew of achievements. But most notably for this particular achievement, there is going to be another chest in here containing yet another set of puppies. So look on the back table right here, and then the one on the left is going to contain what you're looking for, which are going to be puppies 7 through 9. On to the Monstro chapter. Which one of these you want to make sure you head into the bowels, and then our first puppy set is going to be in Chamber 3. Fastest way to get there from the start is to take the left path, and this is going to take us into Chamber 2. Once you drop down, make sure you punch it straight into this exit, which is going to take us into Chamber 3. Make sure you clear the enemies, but be very careful as you are going to need at least one of these barrels still intact. If you accidentally blew them up or they fell down, just exit and come back and they should be fine. Drop one right here next to the wall and then jump on top of it, and then make sure you use the little boost to get up here and then open up this chest. And then inside here is going to be puppies 55 through 57. Then once you have that, we are going to drop down and then continue on through Monstro. So take this exit back to Chamber 2. This is going to put you on the upper part of Chamber 2. Just make sure you continue on and then head to Chamber 5. Once you are here, make sure you take the linear hall to the next chamber, which is going to be Chamber number 6. You're going to drop down, and then what you want to do is want to clear all the enemies out. Then you want to turn to the left. And then over here is going to be a chest in this corner. Inside is going to be puppies 76 through 78. After grabbing that one, we are going to turn to your right, and then we're going to head the way we are supposed to, which is going to be through this exit, which is going to take us to Chamber 5. So you're going to drop down here, and then you should be in the middle of the chamber. Again, clear out all the enemies, and then hopefully you should still have this barrel intact. Make sure you drop it in this corner right here. Be very careful on your placement. Jump on top of it, and then use the boost to get across. You should be on this set of platforms with a set of chests along the way. Jump across, and your goal is to make it up to this higher platform right here. Cleared out the enemies, and you should notice this chest on this barrel. Pretty major landmark to notice. Make sure you break the barrel without dropping it to the lower part, and then once you do, you are free to open up the chest, and inside is going to be puppies 79 through 81. Continue on with the chapter until you beat the first fight with Parasite Cage. Then you're going to drop back down into Monstro's mouth. The water level is going to lower, which is going to give us access to a bunch of previously unattainable chests and stuff. You are also going to get the ability High Jump right here by opening up this chest, which is going to give us a higher jump, obviously, which is further going to help us reach higher platforms, not only here, but elsewhere in the game. So make sure you equip that, and then the first thing we are going to grab for this achievement with our new ability is going to be the chest right there in the background. So jump on the front of the ship, and then swim across to this platform. This is where one of the blue trinities were that we grabbed in that achievement, but use high jump to get across, and then grab this platform, then straight jump up here to grab this high platform, and then one more to get to the top, and then on this little stack of wood right here is going to be puppies 73 through 75. Once we have high jump, we are going to backtrack and then get all of the chests that we missed because we didn't have high jump. First stop on our retour is going to be Agrabah. Make sure you stop by Aladdin's house for your save point, then jump across and then take this exit to the palace gates. Now that we have high jump, we can make our way to the back left corner right here. So jump across, then use your high jump to jump to the top of this tower, and then right here in this chest is going to be puppies 52 through 54. We're going to head back to the save point. We're going to do a gummy ship hop, so hop in the gummy ship and then just warp back to Agrabah, which is going to change our save point over to the dark chamber in the Cave of Wonders. Once we are here, you want to make sure you take the exit directly next to the save point, which is going to take you to the silent chamber. Once you are here, make sure you take the right exit. This is going to take you to one of those monkey statues. Swim up to it and then use the Y button to activate it. You do not need Aladdin for this one since you can walk up to the base. So do that, and that should open up this hidden entrance back in the previous room. Then once it's open, we're going to swim back the way we came, and then we are going to head through said secret entrance. So just make sure you head back, and then to get up there, you want to make sure you surface right here where you see these stairs. Then you're going to have to use your high jump to get onto this platform. It's a little hard. You have to jump at the very edge. I recommend doing a running jump where you jump last second. If you're having trouble with this, you can come back later. There is going to be a yellow trinity that is going to give you an extra platform. But if you make the jump, you are going to head into the next room. Make sure you activate this monkey statue, which is going to open up another hidden entrance to your left. Drop down, and you should notice there's going to be two chests in here. Open up the one on the left, and then inside this one is going to be another puppy set, 46 through 48. Then once you have that, we are going to head back the way we came, so just back in the water, and then swim all the way back to where the save point was. So if you forgot where that was, back in the previous room, climb up onto this piece of land, back into the water, and then swim over here. This is going to take you back to the dark chamber. Make sure you surface right where the save point platform is. Instead of gummy ship hopping, you want to make sure you head back upstairs. You want to make sure you take the entrance directly in front of you. This is going to take you to the entrance room. Once you are here, make sure you clear out all of the enemies, and the chest with the puppies is going to be on that pillar right over there. So what you need to do is you need to make sure you do a high jump from the corner of this platform. You actually can make it with a single high jump, however, it is a little hard. If you are struggling, there's going to be a barrel right here, so you can give yourself a little bit of a boost if you are struggling with the awkward camera of a PlayStation 2 game. So drop the barrel in the corner and then just use a little boost. This combined with your high jump should definitely get you across, no problem. Then once you are across, make sure you open up the chest, and you should get puppies 49 through 51. No puppies, obviously, in Atlantica because they would drown. Next one is going to be in Halloween Town. This one's going to be pretty noteworthy because there's two different ways to get it. So this one is going to be right after you defeat the trick-or-treaters at Oogie's Manor. After you do so, you're supposed to hit that switch to get the door open to Oogie's room. Then you're supposed to backtrack, taking the ramp down the manor. The puppies are going to be right here in this little alcove. So once you get past this place with the fallen tower, you're going to get to this little room right here. If you forget to get it, obviously Oogie's Manor is going to blow up once you defeat him and seal the keyhole. So if that is the case, you are actually going to be given a second opportunity to get it. Once you seal the keyhole, make sure you head back to where Oogie's Manor is. The area should be renamed the Manor Ruins, and then any chests that you forgot to pick up are going to be relocated in this little hole right here. So if you drop down all the way to the bottom, you will notice there's going to be a giant gaping hole in the smack middle of where the manor used to be, and then inside is going to be a guillotine, and behind it is going to be every single chest that was going to be at the manor, including your puppies, which are going to be puppies 40 through 42. Either way, once you have completed Halloween Town, you're going to want to gummy ship hop again, so head back to the one and only save point left in the world, which is the one back at Guillotine Gate. Exit and re-enter the world, and then what you want to do is you want to make sure you head back to Moonlight Hill. This set of puppies is unfortunately not going to be available to you on your first trip to Halloween Town. You have to make sure you seal the keyhole, leave, and then come back to get the entrance to said chest open. So we're going to head back through the graveyard, obviously. We are going to have an alternate path to get to Moonlight Hill instead of heading through the actual graveyard. What you can do is once you get to the left side, you can cast fire on this little lantern thing. It's going to give you a lift, and if you ride said lift, it's going to basically skip you ahead all the way over to Moonlight Hill. It's also going to place you directly where you need to get going, so I recommend taking that path. Drop down and then take this Christmas tree door, which is going to warp us to this part of the graveyard with a slew of treasure chests along the way. And then one of those chests is going to be our puppies. It's going to be right over here next to this tombstone. Puppies 64 through 66 is going to be right here. Then skipping ahead and then continuing on with the story, you're going to get to the Neverland chapter. Your first boss fight is going to be against Anti-Sora in the Captain's Quarters. Make sure you defeat him. Pretty tough boss fight if you are underleveled, of course, just like any other RPG. But once you manage to take care of him, you should have access to the room. And then you may notice during your whole time in the fight, there's going to be a chest in the background. And then inside this particular chest, which is going to be on the bed, is going to be another puppy set. This one is going to be 88 through 90. Once we take care of that, we are going to continue on to the end of the Neverland chapter. Once you seal the keyhole, we are going to gummy ship hop again. So make sure you just exit and then re-enter the world. We should have the ability to fly now, which is going to give us access to this set of puppies, which is going to be back at the ship hold. So make sure you warp over there, and then make sure you just exit out through the door, clear all of the enemies, and then what you want to do is want to use your new flying abilities to float all the way to the top of this room, and then on here there should be a little walkway. On this side, which is the closest side to the save point door, is going to be a chest with your puppies in it. So just make sure you land, and then open up this chest, and then inside is going to be puppies 82 through 84. Clearing the Neverland chapter is also going to give us access to glide outside of the world, so we're going to backtrack and then get any of the chests that we couldn't get unless we had glide. First stop is going to be Wonderland. Make sure you warp over to Queen's Castle and head into the Lotus Forest. You are going to want to stop by the partition off to the right. Then we're going to mushroom hop up, and then once we get to the top, now that we have glide, we can float on to the back corner of the forest right over here. So a good starting point is going to be right over here. And then instead of taking the exit, we're just going to float on over to the opposite side. And then you are going to notice another exit that was previously unavailable to us until we had glide. Make sure you head on inside. This is going to take us to the hedges on top in the Tea Party Garden. You should notice a few chests up here. The one directly behind you is going to have your next puppy set, so make sure you open that one up. And this one is going to cover puppies number 19 through 21. After getting that one, we're going to continue our backtracking. We're going to head over to Traverse Town, head over to the Magician's Study at the Mystical House, and then you want to make sure you go outside. You might notice there's going to be a chest on a small little island right here that we are going to need glide to get to. So make sure you head to the right side of the house, and then you want to make sure you glide, and then you want to try to land on this little island right here. Make sure you be a little careful. It's not directly up against the wall, so try not to go too far or else you will fall back in the water. You want to land just before you hit the wall. Opening this one up is going to get you puppies 1 through 3. Then the next stop on our backtracking tour is going to be back in Halloween Town. Make sure you head to Guillotine Gate, which again is the one and only save. So make sure you head back into Guillotine Square. There's going to be no Heartless here once you seal the keyhole, thankfully, so you should be free to wander around. Make sure you head straight. You can jump on this little platform right here. Then make sure you jump and then float on over here. You kind of want to make sure you hop and then try to get onto this ledge. You can use Glide to make it a little easier. Jump into here. There's going to be a chest in here, but that's not the one we were looking for. Instead, use Glide to float into this pumpkin head, and then in here is going to be 2 chests. The one on the right is going to have your puppy set that you're looking for, 70 through 72. And then finally, the other thing we needed to clear Neverland for was the ability to play the Hercules Cup. So make sure you head to the Olympus Coliseum. After clearing Neverland, you are going to unlock the ability to participate in the tournament. You are going to have to beat the tournament in order to unlock the Yellow Trinity. So make sure you do so. This is going to be side stuff that's not required to beat the game. So if you're trying to do this at the same time as a speed run achievement run, you might want to hold off on this. But nonetheless, you do have to do this not only to get the Yellow Trinity, but the Yellow Trinity is also going to be involved in a set of puppies. So make sure you keep that in mind. Make sure you run through the tournament and then get up to Hercules. Make sure you beat him, and then beating him is going to give you a slew of prizes. The notable one for this achievement obviously is going to be the Yellow Trinity. So make sure you get that. And then once we have that, we are going to be free to get the puppies locked behind a Yellow Trinity, which is going to be the one back at Neverland. So head back there, head to the ship hold, then make sure you exit back into the first room, and then make sure once you clear the enemies, you want to make sure you make your way onto the upper platform right here. The Yellow Trinity is going to be right here. Use it to break open this door, and then inside is going to be a ton of useful chests, but the one that we care about for this particular achievement is going to be your puppy set. So once you clear out all the enemies, puppy set is going to be the smaller chest right here on this roll of canvases. Open that one up, and then inside is going to be puppies 85 through 87. Once we grab that, we're going to continue on with the story, which is going to take us to Hollow Bastion. First one up is going to be right at the start. Jump on this ice platform, and then you want to make sure you cast Blizzard on these 2 bubbles right here. This is going to give you extra platforms to jump on. Keep in mind these are temporary. They will melt back into bubbles, but make sure you take them up, and then on this ice platform is going to be puppies 91 through 93. Continue on with the story. It's going to take you through a bunch of stuff. Eventually, you're going to get into the castle and then have your first boss fight. Then you are going to be reunited with Donald and Goofy, but most importantly, you're going to get the White Trinity ability. Once we have that, we're going to start our White Trinity backtrack tour. First step, at least for puppies, is going to be Halloween Town. Head back to Guillotine Gate, and then you want to make sure you head all the way back to Moonlight Hill. So make sure you just go through the square and then through the town and then through the graveyard, all that stuff. You should be really familiar on your way back to the hill. So make sure you take that lift thing again, and then that should be the fastest way to get to Moonlight Hill. Once you are there, make sure you clear out all the enemies, and you want to make sure you look for the White Trinity. It should be in the upper left corner from this exit right here. So where the hill is going to be pointing towards. So make sure you grab it. Of course, this is also going to be part of the Trinity's achievement. So again, another thing that's going to satisfy 2 collectibles, and then we can take care of this. So White Trinity right here in this corner, activate it when you get a clearing in enemies, and then this should give you a chest. Inside said chest is going to be your next puppy set. This one is going to cover puppies number 67 through 69. Then we're going to head back to Neverland. There's going to be another set of puppies behind a White Trinity right here. You want to make sure you stop in the ship cabin. Once you are here, you want to make sure you use your flying abilities to fly up through the hatch. This is going to put you in the captain's quarters. Then you can take the door to get on to the ship deck. You want to make sure you float on over to where the captain's wheel is, so it's going to be directly behind you. So you might need to clear out some enemies depending on which enemy type spawns, but the White Trinity is going to be right here. Make sure you activate it, and then it's going to spawn a chest. Make sure you open up said chest, and then inside is going to be puppies 43 through 45. Once we're done with that, we're going to head back to Hollow Bastion and then continue on with the story like we are supposed to. What you want to do is you want to make sure you head into the library. Your first major thing at the entrance of the castle is going to be to open up the door on the 2nd floor. So to do that, you are supposed to do this little library puzzle right here. So make sure you grab the red book right there in the corner and then use it to move this bookshelf out of the way. So put the book back on the shelf. That's going to get the shelf moving, and then we're supposed to do that in order to clean up the library and get some doors unlocked and all that stuff. And along the way, of course, is going to be a slew of collectibles. Most notably notably another puppy set. So make sure you head on to the higher platform right here. Make sure you look over here. Green Trinity to get this book. This one is all story related, of course, since we do need to open up the door to get further up into the castle. So you are going to drop this book down and make sure you grab it. Then you are going to look on the desk between this shelf and the save point. Grab the book right here. Once we have those two, make sure you look onto this shelf, grab the green book off of this shelf that is going to be mismatched, and then replace it with one of the orange books that's going to get this shelf out of the way and reveal a button. Make sure you press this button, which is going to open up this door, which is going to give you access to the higher floor right here. So make sure you do that, and then once we get that one done, we're going to continue on with our book puzzle. Head over here, and then we're going to head back down to the first floor. So just take the stairs down, or you can just drop down. Doesn't really matter. Your goal is to head all the way over here where you see another missing book. So make sure you pop this one back in, and this should move the shelf out of the way. Once it's out of the way, we are going to wrap around here. You're going to notice there's going to be another mismatch book right here. So grab the book from the set of green, and then we can replace it over here where the set of blue is. So just pop this on here, and this is going to give us a way back to the staircase. Before heading back upstairs, you want to make sure you wrap around this set of shelves right here and then head back to the normal path that we took. You are going to notice there's going to be a book out of place right here on this shelf. Make sure you grab that, and then we're going to take this back up to the higher level. So take the stairs back up, and then make sure you pop the book down over here. This is going to move this shelf out of the way, and then we're going to have one more shelf to clear in order to get to where we need to get going. So as you can see right here, there's going to be the second green book we need to clear the shelf underneath us. So make sure you just head back there. You can either take the stairs, or you can be smart and just drop straight down. You want to make sure you jump on this staircase, and you want to drop down on the left side. Then you're going to have to replace the two green books. So make sure you match up the colors, right? The one with the pink spine is going to go on the left, and then the one with the yellow spine is going to go on the right. Once you pop both of those back in, this should open up to this little study area, and then in here is going to be our last book to open up that last shelf. So once we grab that, head all the way back upstairs. Lots of back and forth, but of course this is going to be a major puzzle of the lower level of Hollow Bastion. Use this, pop it in, and this should open up the last door that's going to be hidden to us in the library. So make sure you take this. It's going to take us to a specific portion of the lift stop. Just turn left, you're going to notice a chest up there. You are going to need to cast gravity on it, so make sure you use whatever gravity spell you have. Bring the chest down and then open it up, and then inside is going to be the last set of numbered puppies, so 97 through 99. Of course, we are getting these all out of order, so there are still more to find. So continue on with the puzzle until you get the door open. The Heartless are going to ambush you, so you can either fight them or just ignore them. Head straight into the lift stop, and then just continue on through the castle. Once we get to this part of the castle, which is going to be the other side of the front entrance, wrap around the stairs. Be very careful of the enemies here. They can knock you off. Of course, I have cleared them, so make sure you do so. Then you want to make sure you use a glide to glide onto this square platform. Another gravity chest right here. Make sure you use the spell in order to pull it down, and then open it up. And then inside here is going to be puppies 94 through 96. Finish up the Hollow Bastion chapter, which is going to involve you rescuing all of the princesses and then having to come back in order to seal the keyhole. On your second visit, you should have access to the Grand Hall. And then once you are here and you are given free roam of this, so this is, of course, on your way to seal the keyhole, make sure you take the left staircase up, and then on this bundle of wires is going to be a chest. Once you clear out all the enemies, or if there's a break in enemies, make sure you open it up, and then inside is going to be your last set of puppies, 61 through 63. That should be all 33 sets, and then all 99 Dalmatians. There's your achievement, 15 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.